They say you can't take it with you when you die, but you can certainly make sure nobody else gets it either, especially not the vultures standing right over your grave. Look at them. My husband, Robert, checking his watch, thinking about the probate court hearing scheduled for tomorrow, and Jessica, my stepdaughter, scrolling through luxury listings. They think the tear in my eye was from fear of death. No, it was a tear of pure calculation. $1.2 million. That's what they're waiting for. Real estate, stocks, and a life insurance policy. They expected a check. What they got was an audit. Subscribe. Because in this family, love is conditional. But bankruptcy, that is guaranteed. Let's rewind. 6 months ago, the diagnosis, stage 4. The doctor said, "Put your affairs in order." Affairs in order. That's code for "you're finished." I went home to tell my husband. I needed comfort. I found him in the kitchen, on the phone with his broker. "Yeah, the liquidity event is coming soon," he said. Liquidity event. That's what he called my death. I stepped back. I didn't interrupt. I listened. "As soon as the estate tax clears, I'm buying the boat. And Jessica, she wants the condo in Brickell." They weren't mourning me. They were already spending me. I walked upstairs. I locked the bathroom door. I looked in the mirror. I looked tired, weak, but behind the eyes, the forensic accountant was waking up. For 20 years, I tracked embezzlement for Fortune 500s. I knew how to find hidden assets and how to hide them. If they wanted a liquidity event, I'd give them a drought. The next day, I started the act. The dying wife. "Robert," I wheezed, "I need to sign the power of attorney." He practically ran to the safe to get the papers. He didn't know. I had already switched the documents. I signed a limited POA strictly for medical billing. He didn't read it. He just saw a signature. "Don't worry, honey," he said. "I'll handle the accounts." That afternoon, I called Mr. Sterling, my old mentor. Sterling isn't just a lawyer, he's a trust fund architect. "Eleni," he said, "the Irrevocable Trust is ready. Once we fund this, there is no going back." "Good," I whispered. "Burn the bridge." At Sterling's office, we built the fortress. Step 1, retitle the house. From joint tenancy to trust property. Step 2, the beneficiary designation. Step 3, the Spendthrift Clause. This prevents any future payouts from being seized by their debts, or prevents them from accessing a single cent. I appointed Sterling as the independent trustee. He has absolute discretion. "What about Robert?" Sterling asked. "Give him an allowance," I said, "but with conditions. He likes his whiskey too much. Make him pass a drug test." Sterling smiled. It was the smile of a shark smelling blood. I went home. I felt lighter. Technically, I was now a pauper. I owned nothing. And because I owned nothing, Robert could steal nothing. But the waiting was the hardest part. As I got sicker, their behavior got bolder. Jessica brought home an interior designer while I was in bed. "We'll rip out this carpet," she said. "It smells like old people." I squeezed my diary. Patience, I told myself. Or Robert started borrowing against the future. He leased the BMW X7, $1,400 a month. "It's an investment in image," he told his friends. He stopped paying the mortgage, 3 months behind. Why pay? He thought the life insurance would clear it all. He was digging a hole. I just handed him the shovel. Finally, the night came. The monitor beeped slower. Robert wasn't holding my hand. He was searching for the will. I closed my eyes, and I smiled, because the show was just about to begin. The doctor called the time of death, 11:42 p.m. Robert squeezed out a tear, just one, for the nurse. "My poor Elena," he sobbed. "Where is the death certificate?" He needed that paper. It was the key to the life insurance. He didn't know the key, didn't fit the lock anymore. The next 3 days were a blur. They didn't even wait for my body to cool. Jessica listed my vintage jewelry on eBay. "Estate sale finding," she captioned it. She sold my mother's pearls for $200. They were worth $5,000. But that's the thing about unearned wealth. It evaporates. Then came the funeral, or as I call it, the networking event. Robert wore a new Italian suit, charged to my Amex, of course. "I'm coming into some capital," he told the golf club president. "Looking to invest, maybe crypto." A fool and my money were about to be parted. But in the back of the crowd stood Mr. Sterling. He wasn't there to mourn. He was there to serve notice. Robert didn't see him. "Put it on the estate tab," Robert waved to the caterer. The estate tab, a mythical account that no longer existed, because while they were eating shrimp, Sterling was filing papers. The trust deed was recorded at 9 a.m. The house officially belonged to the trust before the first shovel of dirt hit my coffin. The next morning, the summons arrived. "Reading of the will and trust disposition." Robert smirked. "Finally, payday." He called the dealership. He called Jessica. "Pack your bags, honey. We're rich." They walked into Sterling's office like they owned the building. They didn't know they were walking into a slaughterhouse. Sterling's office was colder than the morgue. Robert sat down, spreading his legs. "Nice place, Sterling. I'll need a retainer soon." Jessica was chewing gum. Pop, pop, pop. Sterling placed a single thick binder on the table. The sound silenced them. "Let's begin," Sterling said. "First, the last will and testament." Robert leaned forward, hands ready. I, Elena Vance, hereby leave my entire residual estate to the Elena Vance Revocable Living Trust. Robert blinked. "Trust? What trust? I'm the husband." "It's a pour-over will," Sterling explained. "Everything she owned flows into the trust. You get nothing directly." "Who controls the trust?" Robert asked. Sterling tapped his chest. "I do. I am the sole trustee." Robert laughed nervously. "Okay, so you cut the check." "Not quite." Sterling turned the page. Asset 1, the primary residence. "As of this morning, the locks have been changed." Jessica screamed. "My clothes!" "Boxed by movers," Sterling said. "The house is listed for sale. Proceeds go to a cat shelter." Robert turned red. "You can't do that. It's marital property." "Elena bought it before the marriage," Sterling corrected. "And she transferred it to the trust while you were detailing your car." Robert slumped. "Now, the cash, the life insurance, $1.2 million, tax-free." Robert sat up, like a dog waiting for a treat. "The trust creates a distributive scheme for Robert Vance. You get a monthly allowance, $2,000. $2,000? Robert shouted. "My car payment is $1,400. Sounds like a personal budgeting issue," Sterling replied. However, there are conditions precedent. Elena knew about your hobbies. To receive the check, you must pass a monthly hair follicle test. Robert froze. Hair follicle tests go back 90 days. He had partied hard after the funeral. I have a prescription, Robert stammered. For cocaine? Sterling asked. I doubt that. Robert sank into his chair. Now for Jessica. The trust will pay for university tuition directly to the school. School? Jessica laughed. I'm an influencer. Then you have income. You don't need the trust. Wait, I need rent. Then enroll. Maintain a 3.0 GPA or get nothing. This is abuse, Robert shouted. I'll sue the trust. I'll sue for breach of fiduciary duty. Sterling sighed. Article 7, the in terrorem clause, also known as the no contest clause. If any beneficiary challenges the trust, they remain disinherited, meaning you sue, you lose the allowance instantly. And since the trust has $1 million for legal defense and you have negative net worth, I suggest you don't start a war you can't finance. Robert stood there, defeated. He looked at Jessica. She was crying, real tears. Where will we live? She whispered. Robert checked his phone. A notification. Alert! Payment failed. Meeting adjourned, Sterling said. You have 30 days to vacate. But Robert, he wasn't done yet. He had one desperate move left. The diamond ring, my grandmother's heirloom. He found it in the vent. He drove straight to a pawnbroker. It's worth 50 grand, he told the broker. The broker laughed. 50 grand for a cubic zirconia? Robert froze. I swapped the real stone 5 years ago. I'll give you $20 for the setting. Robert walked out with nothing. Day 30. Eviction day. The sheriff arrived. The writ of possession was signed. Jessica was escorted out in her pajamas, screaming. The neighbors watched. Robert pulled up in the BMW. This is my house. I have squatters' rights. Actually, sir, you're trespassing. And then, the second truck arrived. The repo man. Was Sterling had tipped off the bank. Robert lunged for the keys, but the hook was already attached. He watched his image get dragged away, standing on the curb. No house, no car, no wife. Robert looked at his phone. Credit score, 450. Insolvency. It's not just a word, it's a lifestyle. 3 months later, Robert filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. He lives in a weekly motel, he works at a car wash. And Jessica? She's working at a diner. She enrolled in community college. Just one class. Maybe, just maybe, she's learning the value of $1. And the money? The $1.2 million? It went to the Elena Vance Medical Debt Relief Fund. Every year, the trust buys up millions in medical debt and cancels it. Strangers get the second chance that Robert wasted. Wait, don't close the book yet. How did I really trap them? It wasn't magic. It was the tax code. Most people rely on a will. A will is public record. Anyone can contest it. The irrevocable trust is a private contract. It's a ghost. By moving my assets before I died, I avoided probate court. I saved $60,000 in fees. But the real weapon was the spendthrift provision. It legally protects the money from the beneficiary's own stupidity. Even if Robert sued, his creditors couldn't touch it. And because the assets weren't in my name, I utilized Medicaid asset protection. I died with debt, but the trust lived on, wealthy. 5 years later, Robert is 60. He looks 75. He still blames me. But Jessica? She finished nursing school. She works in oncology, treating cancer patients, like me. Last Christmas, she visited my grave. She didn't ask for money. She said, "Thank you. You forced me to grow up," she said. That was the real inheritance. Money amplifies who you are. Give it to a fool, it destroys him. Give it to a worker, it builds a life. So, what is your plan? Are you building wealth for vultures, or are you building a fortress? Don't wait for the diagnosis. Do it now. Be the director of your own finale. I'm Elena Vance, and this was my dying wish.